Hi, my name is Shona Sansgiri. I'm a curator at Flipboard. I'm here with model and activist Geena Rocero. Geena, how are you?
I'm great. Happy to be here.
So Geena, tell me about your experiences growing up as a transgender person in the Philippines.
Well, I've had quite a long journey, from where I started. I grew up in this tiny little alley in the Philippines, and at a young age, I've expressed my femininity. But in the Philippines, we've also had this culture of transgender beauty pageants, meaning like in the Philippines, there's a culture of visibility if you're trans. It's part of our culture.
Oh.
It doesn't necessarily mean that it's accepted. So there's a big difference between tolerance and acceptance. But when I moved to the US, there was no visibility. I mean, there's no transgender beauty pageants on national TV.
Right.
But there was a degree of political recognition in California specifically where I moved. But then when I moved to New York, I sort of like made the decision to, go back to the closet again as a model because I wasn't ready to talk about my story.
So in your ideal world, in the next decade, what do you hope has been achieved for the transgender community?
Many things. I mean, from the policy side, there are so many things that needs to be uncovered. I mean, Biden just talked about like this is our civil rights issue of our time. That,
Right.
Like these are some of the most fundamental, beliefs and understanding that for the longest time we're operating in this notion that gender is immutable. It is not. I mean, history says that. I mean, when you look back in history, I think it's very important to point out as well that in this moment where we're having this conversation about transgender identity, people think it's this new identity. It is not. I came from the Philippines where we've had long history of gender fluidity, the understanding of it. We used to call it babaylan. Most pre-colonized nations all over the world, including United States, have always understood what is gender fluidity. Native American have had long history of understanding this thing called two spirits. So when we trace it back to where we are right now, we go way back. This is nothing new.
Wow. Thank you so much, Geena.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.